evening, members of the UKBC. Tonight we're going to be with Andy Edden, our secretary, who went to Northern Ireland to do some judging. So can you just tell us a little bit about the club that you went over to see, Andy, please?
Yeah, well, Rob McLaughlin invited me over to the Woodrugar Sighting Foreign Bird of Northern Ireland to judge their memorial show, basically. Quite a few years ago, but it got cancelled several times because of COVID and
right.
One thing and another. So, but we finally managed to put everything in place this year.
Excellent. So yeah, you took lots of photos, and I've got some photos off the website. So we'll have a look and see what we can do.
Okay.
And we'll have a chat. So yeah,
that's me turning up at Birmingham Airport, ready for the flight out.
It looks like a reasonable time of the day as well.
Yeah, it was. Well, it was. It was. I got there a bit early, as you're better off doing.
Yeah.
But it was in May. I think it was May. So obviously it was a bit lighter anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be late for the flight. No. So I got there overly early, and turned out the flight ended up being late.
Oh, great! That's just what you want. I have a phobia of airports. I absolutely hate them, and I will always try and go from my local one. So is that fairly local to you?
No, not really. It was just that
it was easier.
Well, East Midlands that weekend that I was going, there was the World Superbike Championships, and the circuit is right next to the airport. So when I would have landed back on Sunday. Flying from there would have been right in the time when they were kicking out, and there's probably 70, 80,000
wow, yeah,
people coming out, and there's only one road in and one road out. It's the same road for the airport, so we decided to make it Birmingham. It's only about an hour away anyway, so being as I got plenty of time, I decided to there's quite a big Greg's there, so I decided to sit down and have a coffee.
Excellent. Obviously, plane you were going to board.
Yeah, as you can see, it's well dark by this time. I think it was supposed to take off about 10 o'clock-ish, and it turned up about 11:30.
Oh, right. Okay.
And Rob was obviously waiting for me at the other end, so he had a late evening picking me up.
Yeah.
And that's basically it. Just got into the room and gonna make myself a drink, put the TV on about this probably was about 1:45 by this time.
Oh, crumbs. Yeah.
So it was Dave on the television, and mock the week repeats for me for an hour to relax for a bit before I went to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the view outside that's the view outside of the window. That's sort of the back of the restaurant area at the Premier Inn, and then sort of Carrickfergus Bay, which is where I was.
Right. Yeah.
In the distance. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you said you had a stroll around the
Yes,
harbour,
I did have a stroll around the harbour and a stroll around the castle.
It looks nice. I've never been to any of Ireland, so one day I hope.
Yeah, I mean, Northern Ireland is lovely. I mean, some of the when we went out on the Sunday, some of the scenery is quite remarkable. But Carrickfergus Bay, obviously quite a famous castle, which I think there's a few pictures of later on. So I sort of had a walk around the harbour, had a walk around. Yeah, there it is, and just sort of getting the ambience of the place, if you like.
Yeah, well, you got to learn a little bit about where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. No good just diving in and out.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure whether you can or can't get in it. You couldn't when I was there, and it looked pretty shut up to me. So I didn't see anybody walking around the battlement. So whether it's still accessible to the public, I don't know. But
might be classed as a ruin, which
possibly so.
Yeah.
Although it's in fairly decent nick, as you can see.
Yeah.
Flying the Northern Irish flag, as you can see there.
Yeah.
And as a resident coffee wagon that puts tables and stuff out that's around there. So I sat down and had a coffee as well.
Yeah. Looks a bit stormy skies there, crumbs.
Yeah, yeah, it was warm, but yeah,
Yeah.
not raining, fortunately.
No.
That's looking across the harbour back to that's where I stayed. That's the hotel there.
Oh yeah. You got a bit arty there, look, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, without intention, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there's worse photographs won prizes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very historic, look.
Oh God, it's old that.
Yeah. Yeah. It
I
makes
wish I
you
could tell you
wonder.
how old, but I
Yeah.
can't.
I mean, the castle's old as it is, so
Yeah,
yeah.
indeed. Well, obviously, I should imagine back in the olden days that places like this were sort of first port of defence, really,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
because it's in a massive bay. I mean, that's just the
Yeah.
harbour. I mean, the bay itself is enormous.
Yeah. Now, what
I,
was
I
that?
have no idea what that used to be. Now,
That's I.
whether it's the old lighthouse or something like that, I don't know because it's right on the end of the harbour, but obviously it's in a bit of a state. But it's obviously been
Yeah.
left there for some reason.
Yeah. They like their ruins over there by the looks of it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, oh,
I did
plenty of
wonder.
them. Yeah,
I
and
couldn't
it is
work out
right.
whether it was the bottom of a crane or something, but then it just didn't
No,
look right.
yeah, it's literally right on the end of the harbour wall as well. So
Yeah.
I'm presuming it's probably some sort of old
Lighthouse. Yeah.
lighthouse or some way
Yeah.
of letting people know. Obviously, there's a metal door there which is welded up,
Yeah.
and there are steps inside it. So
Yeah. It
I
must have
don't,
been how to get up there.
yeah, obviously, they don't want people messing around in there at the moment. So
No. Yeah. Right. We'll come out of that one. And there we are. We must be at show day.
yeah, I don't know which particular point it is. This may be the best in show, I think, because I'm sure that with only two birds there, it would have been the breeder and the adult. That's
Yeah.
Andy Cook. He was my
Ah, yeah.
chief steward for the day, so did a great job.
He certainly got some nice birds, hasn't he?
Oh, certainly has. Yeah. Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
we'll see those a little bit later because obviously he was one of the people that I visited
Yeah.
the day after. So
Yeah. And what was best in show? I know we've probably got a picture of the results in a minute, but what did you give best in show to in the end?
I think it was a grey cock that was
Right.
in the cage at the two cages there, and the sky blue. I think that was best young bird.
Right. Because I mean, I looked at that spangle straight away. That's on the with the yellow rosette, and I thought, crumbs, that looks nice from the distance. So I thought the best one must have been really nice.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think that's the best young bird, that one.
right. Yeah. And that was that the
That's the best in show. The
right.
cinnamon grey green hen, yeah.
Yeah. It certainly looks lovely. Good height above the back of the cage and everything. So
Yeah, it was a super hen, absolutely super.
yeah. Amazing mask. I mean, you
Yeah,
die
it's in
for that
great.
mask.
Yes, it was in great condition as well.
Yeah.
Absolute credit.
Yeah.
Then there's just a few pictures around the
Yeah. So what
hotel.
was the what did you think of the sort of overall quality of the birds in the show?
Yeah, there was some. Well, it's just like any other show. There were some very good birds and some
Not so
not
good.
so good, if you like.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it was a decent turnout, and the guys that are there are extremely friendly, very helpful, and they
Yeah.
absolutely they love their show scene over there. Absolutely love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably because they don't have so many, do they, as us?
Possibly not.
No.
I think these have a couple of three open shows a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And some of the lads, I know there was at least one of the Ian came up from Ireland, so they do cross the border to show.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Sometimes they come up and sometimes they go down.
Yeah.
So
Because I suppose now we can't take birds across and they can't because of the EU and all that, I suppose
yeah,
now.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Such a shame.
Yeah, Northern Ireland's in a bit of a funny spot with that. So
Yeah. Oh, I went one too many.
one
Go
too
back.
many.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh dear.
that's
There we go.
that's Andy with his best in show, the Cinnamon Gregory
Yeah.
then. So he did smile on occasion. He was
Yeah.
pleased. He was pleased.
Oh,
So
what's happened here? Oh, excuse me. That's gone a bit pear-shaped. Right.
yeah,
Try
so
again.
that's the best in show.
Yeah.
And the next one, that's Andy Cook with the best in show and Aaron Cahoon with the best breeder.
Ah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And I put this list up so we could just, you know, have a quick look.
Yeah. Notice over there as well, you get second best budger in show and second best budger breeder as well,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is an interesting take on things.
Yeah. Oh, is that Ian Quigley?
It is. Yeah.
Ah, yeah, because he's one of our members now, isn't he? So
Yeah. Well, he
yeah.
lives in Ireland. I think
Yeah.
he lives across the border and he came up for the day. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think B Cutler, I think he's been posting quite some nice quite babies on Facebook as well, if I remember rightly.
Yeah. Well, if you notice, they show some bar heads as well.
Mm, yeah, best
Unmalted,
unmalted.
unmalted, yeah, as they call them
Yeah,
over there.
yeah, yeah. The workers of the show.
Yeah, oh, there was plenty there. There must have been a dozen to 15 people.
Lovely.
You know, of the
Yeah,
amount of birds we got, it was
yeah. Well, it's what you
pretty good.
need, isn't it? You know, shows it's hard enough. Or I think sometimes it's easy enough to organise a show, but to run the show properly, as we found out on ours, you just need right number of people with, in the right place at the right time, don't you?
Yeah, well, it's one of the few times that these guys all get together as well. So it's not just a show; it's a social. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Well,
Um,
I think our club is going to be very much like that, isn't it? You know, when
yeah,
when we come together for a show or
yeah,
other things that we might organise. Um, yeah, it's going to be because you'll only see each other or don't even see each other on Facebook, do you? So yeah,
no,
it's good.
no.
And I believe it was foreign birds as well.
Yeah, it's a combined society, budgerigars and foreign birds. So
You didn't have to judge any of them then.
no, they got a proper judge for them. They won't want me doing them.
I went to a show once and was helping, and then all of a sudden I was judging some cockatiels. I was
Yeah, I
like,
mean,
what?
I've done other things in the past, but I mean, a lot of it is with them sort of things it's condition primarily.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I mean, if they're not in condition, they're just not going to win.
yeah.
But
I
I don't
remember.
know,
Yeah, I
don't
was
know,
going to say
I don't know the minutiae of what
no.
varieties and Christ knows what.
No, I mean when my early days of Dorset was it was a foreign bird and budgie show, and I remember seeing my first ever glossy starling, just stood
Yeah,
there
well,
with my mouth open.
a lot of budgerigars societies and foreign bird clubs, were amalgamated back in the day.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I don't know if they still do, but they used to have foreign birds up at Doncaster,
yeah.
but I've
We
not seen none for
no, I think the only one going now that's a mixed club down our way is Havant, and that's a
mm,
pretty big club to be honest.
yeah.
So, and was this a sort of again an open show or a members show for the foreign birds?
It was an open show for both.
Yeah, both.
Yeah,
Yeah. Even the zebras have got bigger that I
oh,
remember them.
They're massive. They're more like
Huge, aren't they?
canary size.
Yeah. Ah, and the raffle. I put a few pictures in here and I picked out some and then realised that like eyes closed. I think there's another one, there's somebody walking
Yeah.
away, but it was obviously a pretty good raffle. There was lots of prizes, I think, wasn't there?
Oh God, yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go.
That's Rob with the old microphone and yeah, some interesting stuff. But obviously, mostly stuff that people will actually want.
Yeah, yeah. Although
No jigsaws.
were, were the were the plant holders part of
Yeah,
it as
yeah,
well?
yeah.
Yeah,
I think one
I
of the
did
guys had
wonder.
made them. Yeah, I think one of the guys had made them. There's two of them.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Yeah.
I did
Oh,
actually
looks good.
buy some tickets and because I thought I'm going to buy some tickets, and I thought because Rob was running me around all weekend, and I thought if I win something, I wanted to
Donate it back.
give it to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when I got down to it, there was only a few prizes left. There was a couple of bottles of wine, red and white, and I actually my ticket come out, and I said to him, "What do you prefer, red or white?" He said white, so I picked the white up and then passed it straight to him. So
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, I suppose you needed a chaperone to get around, didn't you? Because
oh
you
God,
flew over.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
obviously I flew over, so yeah. I mean, Rob
yeah,
picked me up. Rob, there in the blue shirt, he picked me up from the airport and picked me up
brilliant.
next morning, took me to the show, and picked me up
Yeah,
to go out for the dinner, and then took me for breakfast Sunday, and then took me around 4 different places on
yeah.
Sunday. So yeah,
Now
did a
that's
great job.
that's something you don't see anymore. Trophies.
Yeah, well, these are all actually proper
Yeah,
metal and polished and looked after, and
yeah,
obviously the guys, um, well, it's their thing. They like to
yeah,
win them sort of things, and
yeah,
whether they have them engraved themselves or not, I don't know. And then take them back
yeah.
year after. So
I remember being sort of looking after trophies and things for clubs, and God, blimey, it's a thankless task.
oh God,
They
yeah,
they slowly fizzle away because they never get returned.
yeah,
But yeah, but no, it looks lovely.
yeah. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, yeah. Did the
Obviously,
presentation take long?
yeah, well, probably 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah,
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 that's Aaron. I think that must be his trophy for best breeder. I would presume.
yeah, yeah. Look at that. I think that's you stood there, Andy. I'm not sure.
Yeah, slightly chunkier.
Yeah, you've done well, mate. You've done well.
Yeah, slightly chunkier. Yeah,
There's Andy.
Andy with a couple of trophies. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sammy Adams. Everybody knows Sammy.
Ah, right. Yes. I recognised the face, I must admit, from Facebook, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I'd like to tell you who they all are, but I did know on
no,
the day. I forgot. That's Ian, obviously.
yeah. Oh, that was the one. I'm not quite sure which way he was coming or going, you know.
No, no, that's Aaron. Uh, that's
Yeah,
all.
and that was that just the budgies or was that all the helpers of the show?
I think that's most of the guys that were there. They might not all be on it, but I mean, there's like 14 people there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it was. We weren't sure. It's quite funny actually because you do as you're doing the judging, where you don't wait till you're finished. The guys don't. When it gets to dinner time, everything stops and everybody goes and sits down in there's like a passageway, and all the food's all laid out there, and it's just everybody sits around, tucks in, has a chat, has a drink and a cup of tea or a kind of bottle, and then you just go back and carry on. It's great.
I used to be in a fishing club and they used to stop for lunch. Used to
Yeah,
frustrate me.
yeah. I thought it was brilliant to be honest,
Yeah.
and not a piece of salad in sight.
Oh, lovely.
So yeah, it's just
That because
now
that definitely doesn't look salad like.
no, this is we went to a local golf club for our food. The plate at the back is actually Andy Cook's because I was going to have something on the menu, and then he ordered that. But there was some like onion sauce on it, so I said, "Oh, that sounds really nice." That I said, "I'm going to have that." So I had it. Obviously, you can see the sauce on his, but you can't on mine. So yeah, I really really enjoyed that. It was like cheese chicken and those crinkly cut
Yeah, chips or what?
potato
Yeah.
things. Yeah, it was absolutely lovely. I
And a
did
couple
part.
of ciders.
Yeah, well, I don't normally drink, as you know, but
No.
I thought, well, being as I'm not driving for a change, I thought, and I do like a cider because it tastes like pop. So I tried all three flavors. So yeah, it was
Yeah.
that that was my favourite, the new one, the mango and raspberry. So
Ah, I
yeah, we
haven't
had a
got to that.
cracking night. There was about, I think there was about 10 of us went to the meal at the golf club.
Yeah.
There was Sammy and Tweeler, Rob, Ian, Andy. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Now that
Uh,
one might be out of sync, but I wasn't quite sure where to put it. But I think you found your car.
yeah, I thought that was quite good. That
Whose was that? Do you know?
I can't say,
Oh, right.
but I think it was somebody said, "Oh, by the way, there's a number plate in the car park. that's a little bit better than Richard and Michael Miller's. So I went and had a look, and yeah, there it
You
was.
found it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this goes on to the next day, does it,
Yes,
Andy?
this is first
Yeah.
thing Sunday morning. Rob said, I'm picking you up. I think it was about 9 o'clock. He says, and I'm taking you for a proper Irish breakfast to a very old establishment. It doesn't look very old from outside, but Jesus, when you get inside, it's old. Very, very, very old. And we had the usual stuff, but you get soda bread, which is what a big thing over there. I can't remember
Yeah.
the name. And there's something else as well. Can't remember the name. It was a lovely breakfast. So and then as we came out, there's obviously it was the season for the
Marching.
processions,
Yeah.
marches,
Marching
whatever you
bands.
want.
Yeah.
It's really funny. I mean, I probably should have took some photos while we were driving along, but we were talking about it so much. It's like you'll go through one village and it's just absolutely plastered with banners and flags, Northern Irish flags, British flags, and then you go to the next village and there's none. Absolutely none. And there's massive bonfires at Side Road that they started building ready. I mean, and
Blimey.
these are not your average garden bonfire. I mean, these structures are like 40 foot across and 50
Gee
foot high.
whiz.
They're absolutely massive. It's as big as a house.
Yeah.
And that's us just arrived at Andy Cook's humble abode. He was the first one, and this is his bedroom. It's like a log cabin type effect.
Right. Yeah.
Very smart.
Yeah.
Not massive, but yeah, very, big enough, and
Yeah.
quality was good in there. It's the three amigos first thing.
Yeah. He's
Rob,
got. I notice he's got. Is it lift top nest boxes that he's got?
yes, yeah, obviously
Although,
wooden ones.
yeah.
So,
Although it does look like there's a slide at the box in a box still, though. Is it?
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it pulls out. So
Yeah. Yeah. And obviously, you got babies in the middle there, and then trolley flights. So yeah, good use of space.
yeah, well, he just had some more birds that had come across from AD Lovax as well when AD packed up because
Oh yeah.
Andy and AD are very good friends
Ah right.
because Andy used to be a very very successful pigeon flyer.
Ah
And he went into budgies, and AD's gone the other way into pigeons. So
yeah.
the cross of information is still there, and they're still obviously very good pals. So
Yeah.
one helps one out with the other, and vice versa. So
Yeah.
managed to get a
Yeah.
few photos of a few birds while we were there. Obviously,
Yeah.
some nice, some quite tidy babies.
Yeah.
That's the
That's
hen.
love.
That's the hen that won the show the day before.
Ah right.
Yeah,
Looks very relaxed there.
yeah, yeah,
Totally
yeah,
different.
yeah.
Yeah. And was it mainly sort of the normal mainstream colours?
Yeah, yeah, he's
Yeah.
not. I didn't notice any sort of rare varieties at Andy's. He's
No.
a lot of grey greens.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's mainly obviously from the Uxlow Marchant lines and Adie's. So
Yeah.
that's what he's concentrating on, and you can see that familiar Stokey look as they call it
Yeah.
through a lot of his birds.
Yeah.
I don't. Andy's not one for playing at it. If he's doing it,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
doing it. So.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And did you talk about feed or anything? Does he do anything different to
No,
mainstream
not particularly.
people?
We were just sort of chewing the fat and looking at the birds.
Yeah.
Obviously, just
It's a
just
lovely
chatting
opaline.
really and looking at the birds. Yeah, yeah, it is a good opaline. Yeah,
Yeah.
not as clean up back, but clean up front, which is the main
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. That I'm gonna say. Normally, when don't you see a flecked opaline cock?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not got hundreds and hundreds of birds, but what he's got is quality. So
Yeah. I think that's the way to move forward. When you
yeah,
start trying to breed with inferior birds, just because they're off of this or off of that,
yeah,
you're losing time, I think sometimes. Yeah, you get the odd one that click, but
I mean, he's won a lot of shows in Northern Ireland. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know if he's gone south, but and obviously he's still in the lowest section at the moment as well. So
Right.
making waves, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you see another quality baby coming through,
Yeah.
Spangle.
Looks a
That's
big hen.
one of the few cinnamons that are in there. It's an awful
Yeah.
lot.
Pied as well.
Yeah,
Look at that.
shame about the spots missing on one side, but
Yeah. Nice solid hen.
yeah, you got a good set of birds. It'd be interesting to see how he carries on.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see that the hen there in the middle, that's the one that won the show. But as you look, the birds around it are not. It's not like they're all miles behind it. You know what I mean?
No. No, that's right.
So it sort of shows you the quality that was there.
It looks like that grey green next to it was in a show. Did
Probably it probably was at the show.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was some out of focus pictures of this grey hen, and she had an amazing face, but they just you couldn't see them very well. Oh,
Oh,
that was the best that
that's a
was the
bit
best
better.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that was, and so that was your first visit, was it?
Yeah, that was the first visit today. Yeah, we were probably at Andy's. Well, we had a coffee first in the kitchen, had a bit of a chat, and then went into the shed. Probably there for about an hour and a half, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, time races away when you've got visitors,
Oh
doesn't it?
God, yeah, and obviously we're on a bit of a time frame as well because we've got to get back to the airport for tea time. So
Yeah. Right, next one I had as
I think it's Sammy's. Yeah, that's Sammy's. Fantastic location and a lovely bungalow. Really nice. I think did it take some more photos? Yeah, that's
yeah.
his garden that backs onto the fields. It's a tremendous place. That's his aviary. Um, at the bottom of the garden, the one on the left, not the one on the right.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I thought that was part of the bungalow, actually, saying that.
No, it's not. No, it's a separate building completely. It's
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's a fantastic place. Yeah, lovely
Yeah.
place.
Wire
Big flight.
breeding cages as well.
Yeah, we've got cages one side, cages the other side, and a few flights knocking about. So
Yeah.
some babies kicking about. I mean, to quote Sammy himself, he's just trying to get his some quality back. He feels like he lost some of it, so he's working hard to try and get that back. And he's got got some quite tidy birds knocking around in the shed as well. So
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
knows what he's doing. He's been at it a long while. So
Yeah.
obviously not got a lot of birds breeding because he's been sort of getting ready. So
Yeah. That's lovely.
yeah, I think that was at
Yeah.
the show the day before.
Yeah. You're not going to see many cleaner, are you?
No,
You
no.
know.
Look, like I say, he got some lovely birds. He just
Yeah.
wants bigger numbers. You know what I mean of them.
Yeah.
That's what he's working on at the moment. So
Yeah.
I say he's been at it a long time, as Sammy, so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Look, that cage there, he's got their babies in. That's the same cage. I got some of those cages tucked away somewhere.
Yeah,
Quite good for the babies. Oh yeah, this was a grey green. Again, I'm not sure. Oh, that was a better photo.
yeah. Some
Um,
some promising youngsters. It'll be interesting to see what they
yeah,
look like next year when they're motored out.
yeah,
Well, even now, to be honest, because this was obviously probably 6 months
yeah,
ago.
yeah, yeah. Useful pied hen. Looks like full spots as well.
Yes, with 4 spots, well,
Yeah,
6 spots. That's a rarity.
yeah,
I think that's that same baby once we caught it up and put it in the show
yeah,
cage. Yeah, it's going to be a quality bird.
yeah. I thought this was. I think that was the best photo I've got of that one. But
Yeah.
that certainly looks a very useful
Oh, it
hen.
certainly was. Yeah, it's tricky trying to get bloody photos of them because they're forever moving around all the time.
Yeah, yeah. Very big, solid yellow face.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And did he tell you about what bloodlines he had, or is it his
Well, I
own?
think Not particularly. Sort of didn't get into that conversation because obviously, when people have had birds as long as Sammy, what I mean, he probably just gets the odd one from here and there.
Yeah,
The class him is his own bloodline, really. So,
yeah,
and obviously, it's tricky for him to get older birds. They're very limited to what they can get in and out.
yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. That cinnamon hen looks lovely, lovely
Yeah, there were
shape.
two good ends. I think the one on the left, the yellow face sky, stroke cobalt,
Yeah,
stroke a bit of both. I think that's got a few feather issues,
yeah,
let's say. But the one on the right certainly didn't have. So, oh, there's that hen again.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was a lovely hen. That I really like that.
Yeah, I first of all I would wonder whether it was clear body, but I think it's just Stopaline cinnamon, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
got
it's
very
possible.
pale on the chest.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
let me heavy finger again.
As you can see from that photo, I managed to get one right. I
Yeah,
think I think that was at the show.
yeah, yeah. If it was
Um,
a youngster, it probably just needs another molt. But
yeah, it's a lovely hen.
yeah, yeah. Nice yellow face.
Yep, another good bird. That photo don't do it a lot of justice, I don't think.
That one does though.
He got some good yellow faces. He got quite a few of them as well,
Yeah,
brothers and cousins and things. So yeah,
yeah. Two extremes there, real cobby and nice and long.
yeah, yeah, probably a good pair.
Yeah, yeah. It's got a lovely, lovely wide face, the light green, isn't it,
Yeah,
cock?
yeah, yeah.
And was this the last aviary
No,
visit?
no, this is the penultimate one. This is Ronnie McCauley's, and
Ah,
Ronnie
right.
Ronnie lives right in the middle of the countryside. I think Rob was telling me that this Ronnie's place used to be the old police house back in the day,
Ah, right.
many, 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 many years ago. Um, that's the house, and obviously the other bit was the outbuildings. He got quite a bit of land. It's quite a
Mm.
bit of a drive up to his house, to be honest. And
Needed your sat nav.
yeah, oh, definitely, yeah. We had a couple of turnarounds to find it.
Ah, right.
Um, that's a baby Lutino. He's got a fantastic young bird. That
Yeah, yeah.
just coming through its molt,
Doesn't look
especially
very.
especially for a hen as well.
Yeah, yeah. Young light green, I assume.
Yeah,
Yeah, the grey greens out there seem to be quite good, don't they?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, strong colour. I always used to say you could always buy a half decent like grey green when I was starting out. So that's what I did, and I ended up with all the grey greens nearly.
yeah. There's a man.
Yeah, and
Beautiful
again,
bird.
wire cages.
Yeah, but notice the boxes inside.
Oh yeah, yeah. They got the they're the old the holes on the top, isn't it? They drop down in.
Yeah, yeah. And if you look,
Yeah,
that's Ronnie's stool.
so
What he
you can
uses to get
reach.
in the top cages. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
but
as
it's
you can see,
it's
it's
funny that
quite small.
yeah, all of the ones you've been to so far have been wire cages, haven't they?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the other part, which that sort of stood in the breeding place, looking through towards the flights. There's a big flight
right,
on the right and a big half flight on that's they're just complete flights. They're not separated.
right.
You've got plenty of space.
Yeah, that looks very nice.
Yeah,
Be
got
nice to.
some interesting
Yeah,
birds.
yeah.
The
Proper
babies look like
shoulders.
they were going to be better than a lot of the adults. So, you
Oh
know,
well.
this time now, the birds will, these will all be molted through and looking something like.
Yeah,
You got quite a few red eyes actually.
right.
That was a nice bird. Great.
Yeah,
That's the view out the back of his house.
yeah,
Pretty good.
yeah,
That's one of the half flights. As you can see, a few red eyes kicking about in there. The albinos,
yeah,
quite a few there, as you can see. Decent
yeah,
ones as well.
yeah, yeah. They look nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah,
quite a few splits kicking about in there as well. That's
Yeah.
another one of us all together.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah.
hospitality as well from Ronnie. Lovely fella.
So
Yeah.
this was your last visit for the
Yeah, this was the last visit
trip.
for this trip. Yeah, it's quite funny actually. So we pulled up, and that's Aaron's with the green door, but all the garden furniture and all the kids' toys are all in the front garden because they've not got a very big back garden, and that's completely full with a big shed, half of which is Aaron's budgies, and half of which is his wife's or partner's hairdressing salon. So
Right.
where the door ends there, that's the bit on the right is the aviary, and then the other bit at the back is the salon.
Right.
You see how close it is to the house there, look.
Yeah.
There's really not
Wow.
a lot of space. Yeah. So he's
Yeah.
not got a massive setup, but
No, I'm going to say looks compact and
yeah,
bijou, as they say. And the first one with the sort of plastic
plastic
cages.
cage.
Yeah.
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 He's got bank of cages that side, and then where I'm stood, there's like a there's a small little flight on the floor. It's like 3 foot big, probably 3 foot big, 2 foot by 2 foot, where he keeps
Yeah.
his babies and stuff. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
Aaron. Some nice birds in.
I,
Aaron's also in the lower section as well. So
Yeah.
he's been doing. Him and Andy Cook have been doing quite a bit of winning this year.
Yeah.
Putting a few noses out of joint with the.
I'm going to say if that's a
with the-
pair of
with the se-
birds.
For the senior mob, I think
Yeah.
that's the bird that was best breeder the day before at the show.
Yeah.
Just starting to go a little bit soft.
Yeah.
But that's a match made in heaven, that is, isn't
Oh
it?
god,
Really?
yeah.
They're lovely. Yeah. Very good
think-
stock bird, that.
I think a lot of the bloodlines that Aaron's working with is Ainley.
Right. Yeah.
He's got some good birds, especially for say he's only been at it a couple of years. You know, he's invested wisely.
Yeah. I mean, that's a solid opaline,
Oh,
isn't it? You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. It's lovely.
Yeah.
It's just a pity about the ticking, but he seems to know what
Yeah.
he's doing.
Yeah, that's right. You work on it. Yeah.
That's just a baby, that absolute monster.
Yeah.
Whether it goes a bit OTT to be
Yeah.
confirmed, but as a baby, it's absolutely massive.
Yeah. See, we need to get them joined up so they can share all these baby pictures. And now.
Yeah, indeed, yeah.
Yeah.
Few birds kicking about in his flights. Again, mainstream colours, just Aaron's.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean that opaline cinnamon grey and third perch down, absolutely super bird.
Yeah. That's
Spangle
got
with
nice.
spangle
Yeah.
spots. Yeah,
Yeah. Nice top end as well.
he'd obviously still got a few birds breeding as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was the last picture we took at Aaron's, and then
You were heading.
me and Rob went for some dinner at where did we go? I think we went to Tim Hortons and just had a few nibbles, and then he took me to airport and went on his merry way.
Yeah.
And then I caught the flight home, and that was it. It was it went in a flash the whole
I bet.
weekend.
Yeah, I
you
bet.
know, from Friday night to Sunday night. Yeah, but it's absolutely superb.
Yeah.
Tremendous hospitality. You can't fault them for that. If they ever ask anybody to go and judge any of their shows, I can highly recommend going over.
Yeah. Yeah. And is that the first sort of let's cast it overseas one you've done
Yeah,
yourself? Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I know
It
you've
is.
been all around the country in
Yeah.
UK, but
Yeah, it was excellent. I mean, and they wouldn't let me spend a penny,
wow.
Yeah, at all. They paid for the flights, they paid for the hotel, the food,
Yeah.
absolutely everything. I didn't, I did
Brilliant.
try. I may have bought some drinks, I think, at the night out, which I said, look, I am going to buy a round of drinks. So I did buy some drinks at the golf club, but that was literally it. But I had to force that. Yeah, so they
No.
really looked after me. So
Yeah.
yeah, uh, very enjoyable. And then I can't wait till they ask me again. Hopefully.
Yeah. No, that's brilliant. Okay. Well, if there's nothing else we wanted to add or chat about, it's quite a good little catch up on judging.
Yeah, well, it is what it is, and it was the trip, and that was it, and it was a
Yeah.
enjoyable weekend. So not a lot of people will get a chance to go over there to have a look round or do any of them visits. So I thought I'd just capture a few bits
Yeah.
and bobs to hopefully the members will appreciate looking through and
Yeah.
might
Brilliant.
even want plan a trip themselves.
Yeah. No, that's it. That's it. Lovely. Thank you very much, Andy.
No problem, Neil.
And yeah, we'll leave it there. Good night.
Yep. Cheers, mate. Good night.